Right, beauty. Hey there, welcome to SharkCast Pod. More specifically, Gaz and Shinazz. He's Gaz, I'm Shinazz. This is SharkCast Pod. Welcome to another week. Shark Nation, it never ends, and we love it. Week after week, this wonderful club produce wonderful football most weeks. Coming off a bad loss against the Roosters, but we had the week off, the bye week, and we're ready to rock round 14 against the Warriors right here at Shark Stadium. I can't think of a more picturesque place in the world, Gary Dover. Welcome.
Especially with both of us in front of this beautiful backdrop. Doesn't get much better than that.
I'm not going to include myself there. I will include the young gentleman doing the mowing out there. Well done. We're going to have a nice green, well-kept lawn, as you can see behind us, field for everyone. You want an ambience? You got it, Gary. How has your week off been?
Yeah, it never stops in the offices, but it was good to have no footy on, to just have one day off during the week there. That got a bit of baby stuff done, as we all know. There's a baby on the way. So, yeah, got some things out of the attic and the mezzanine storage. So we're ready to go. And, yeah, good to be back here at Shark Stadium, ready for some footy on Saturday night.
Now, regular listeners know there's a baby on the way for you and Beck and the rest of the family. Stray listeners will not know that, but Gary and his family about to, any minute, welcome in another Dover. So we can't wait for that. Possibly before that, we have the Warriors coming here, Shark Stadium, 5:30 on Saturday. Flegg.
Yep, Flegg game beforehand.
At 3-ish to come
Also
down for that
as
well. They're going really good. They did have a loss, but they're going really good, generally speaking. So it's going to be two very competitive games.
Yep.
And we can't wait for it. This is our favorite place on earth, Shark Stadium, and we are so glad to be here right now for you. Gary, we have a team, and it's not a bad team. There's a few welcome additions back in the squad. We will start with the Tongan fishermen. That's me fly fishing. Sione Katoa back, revealed on this show, interviewed on this show this week. Go listen to that. He's back. And I've got to say, body language and language itself, very upbeat and confident.
Very, very upbeat. I just saw him downstairs about 10 minutes ago, and he was coming out of the sheds after training. I said, he's back, and he's just had this big smile on his face. I think he's ready to rip in, ready to go. And, yeah, as you said, good timing with obviously Ronnie suspended after that hit in the Roosters game. And, yeah, it'd be good to have him back on the wing doing what we know he can do best.
Yeah, he's needed. It is next man up. He is our first choice man up. We know that he and Ronaldo are our first choice wingers. Good to get one of those guys back. We still now love the Sam Stone Street, who's healing. And hello to Ronaldo, who is going to be watching it, doing it tough on the sidelines this week, I'm sure. Yes, but let's get him into those Warriors players from the sideline, bit of lip here or there. And it's going to be awesome to have Katoa back. We need him. Our wings were exposed last game against the Roosters. They'll be working hard on that. I've seen them working hard on that for the kick defense. So hopefully it all goes well on Saturday night. They're coming up against, I believe, RTS and DWZ on the wings. So
exactly right. Big
challenge there, but we're up for it and can't wait for it. Have to say the coffee, as you can see on the screen below for people watching, for our audio listeners, powered by Mr. Paisley's
best ever
in Caringbah. We appreciate those guys so much. The other welcome addition is Teague Wilton. Man, how long's he been out for? A month?
Yeah, it'd have to be maybe just over a month as well. Like, I know he was due back just before the bye, but obviously they held him out, and that's probably a good thing with the length of the season and everything, the way they put their bodies through what they put their bodies through each week. It's good to be rested and ready to go, and he's another one that, yeah, he's raring to go. So looking forward to having him back out there. Obviously, Billy Burns did a really good job, but, yeah, it's good to have Teague out there and running our normal systems.
Billy Burns did a great job. Apologies for my hair flying all over. I need a haircut. We all know that. It's going to happen. Don't worry. But Billy Burns did a great job. He's, I think, somewhat unlucky at the moment to be in 18th spot on the team list. That could change. We know things can change up until an hour before kickoff. Wait and see on that. But we know that he's there ready to go if needed. So it'd be great to have Teague back on that edge. Physical presence. For a young fella, he carries a lot of leadership. And you don't want to mess with Teague. Teague is one angry cookie, and we love him just like that. So he'll be just chomping at the bit to get back. I saw a session here, Gary, on Tuesday, I want to say.
Yep.
And the boys were ripping in hard. And everything you want to see from a team at training, I saw. And they had another session today, which I believe was pretty upbeat too. So you're going to get a pretty upbeat team on Saturday. They know where the problem was against the Roosters, and they're out to right some wrongs. Now they're coming up against a terrific Warriors team, flying high. They're so good. They're good all over the park, and it's going to be a competitive game. It's not going to be an easy win for us, and that's okay. We're here to play footy. Things aren't meant to be easy, and it's going to be a tough one. Top of their list is a former Shark, Luke Metcalf. He's leading the Dally M's, just ahead of our own Will Kennedy, and he's been electric in attack. His kicking's been great, got a 40-20, and I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He was always lovely to me when he was over here and a great kid. But yeah, he's playing some really, really good football, and we're going to have to be on our game to shut him down. He's obviously leading the Dally M, as you said. And, you know, off the back of some injuries that he's had in the past, it's good to see him out there playing good football. But when he comes here on Saturday night, we're going to have to be on our game to shut him down, watch those 40-20s. He's really quick. So obviously, you know, any bit of space, he's going to sniff it out and try and take on the line. So we've got to be, you know, making sure that in defense, we've got our structure right, we've got our line set, and yeah, no little breaks from him, because once he gets in the clear, you know how quick he is. So
it's going to be challenging because you don't want to rush up on him, but also you don't want to give him space. It's that kind of give and take thing. So I know the boys have been doing tape on that. And also, he's become a very handy kicker, and they're good all over the park. We are welcoming back to Shark Park a friend of the show, friend of the club, Kurt Capewell, very important in the 2016 season especially, and a few more years after that. Yeah. Now, Kurt's named in the centres.
He is.
And I would like to get Kale Iro aside, tell him I love him, and then tell him to run around Kurt Capewell. And I think that's what you may see them target. Kurt's a great defender. No shade there. He's a great defender, but he's got a forward's body, and he's playing out wide. And Kale has been electric, scored a try in his last 8 games. Every game, I think he's 9 from 8.
Yeah,
one in every 8.
Something ridiculous.
One in every game, I should say. So I want to target Kurt this week. Kurt's not a friend of ours this week, and I think you might see that happening.
Yeah, and obviously he's played in the centres before, and he's done a good job. We've seen it here when he was at the Sharks, but as you said, he's got a forward's body, and being out that wide against a guy like Kale, you know Kale's got the footwork, you know he's got solid defence, so I think that's a good matchup for us to target there. And yeah, as you mentioned, getting a guy like Teague Wilton back just on that edge as well, you know, defensively we're going to be much stronger for it, I think, and even for Sione outside Jesse, I think those two working together, we've seen what they can do through all the lower grades and coming through their football journey together. I think, it's going to be an exciting little period for us now with Sione back.
Before we hit record, we make sure everything's looking good, the view, everything, get all our tech right. We can't control the hair. Now, people watching, my hair's a little bit frizzy at the moment, but one side is more frizzy than the other, and I feel glorious. Like it's a bit of a illusion. Like it's frizzy, but it's kind of got a life of its own. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my hair.
I think it's looking good.
If I stand closer like this?
There you go. Just cover the head.
Anyway. We can't wait to be here Saturday night. It's going to be awesome Saturday evening. Now, I believe there are a lot of tickets sold, but there are still some available. So
yes, there's still
make
some,
sure,
but make sure you grab them early.
Make sure you grab them. You don't want to get here and not be able to get in. But at the moment, there are some tickets available. So we want to sell it out. We also want to sell out the derby next week. We're one game at a time as far as the team goes. But as far as the club goes, we are looking to the future. And the future is coming here. Valentine Holmes will be here next week on a Thursday night. We will be reunited, and that's about all I've got to say.
How do you feel when Val comes back here to Shark Park, but he's wearing the red V?
A lot worse than when he was wearing the Cowboys jersey. I'll tell you that. This is a nightmare.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Absolute nightmare. So, point is, you want to be here for the derby. We love derbies, and you'll be hearing all about the derby on our show, but there are tickets available for the derby, so make sure you grab those. We don't want the red and white jerseys here. We want the black, white, and blue. So
absolutely,
get on top of that. Now, Gary, Saturday evening, Warriors coming to town. You know, he's been good for them. Their lock, Aaron Clark.
He has. And Adam obviously touched on it in his media conference during the week that, you know, all their middles have been playing really good football. That's how their halves get the roll on that they do, and their backs score the tries that they do. So, you know, we got to control them in the middle. Obviously, guys like Adam going up against James Fisher-Harris, Aaron Clark, those sorts of guys. It's going to be a tough battle in the middle there. But if we can get over the top of them, obviously Blake in his 150th match, he'll have a bit more space to play, and then our halves can do their jobs, and obviously all the boys out the back can finish them off for us. So it will be a tough battle in the middle, but yeah, I think our boys are up for it for sure.
I was about to wrap the show. We've got so much to talk about. Fanua Blake against his former club. Now, it's not the first time he's left the club and played another one. So he's an experienced guy. I don't believe the emotion will get to him at all. It'll make him play harder probably, but I don't think there's any negativity there. He's still good friends with a bunch of Warriors people. There's no bad blood. It's just one of those things where you want to sort of win the game against your former employee, I guess.
For sure.
Employer, I should say. And he's been our best player all year.
Yeah, and as he said, he doesn't involve himself too much in the chit-chat. He likes to get out there and let his actions do the talking. And obviously, he's still friends with a lot of those guys, as he would be after such a long period in New Zealand with the Warriors. But yeah, come Saturday night, he's going out there to make, his mark on the game. And we've seen him do it week in, week out. So we need another few guys to step up alongside him. And I think we'll be right if we can get that roll on through the middle with guys like Siffer and Braids off the bench, adding up front with Loggy. I think we'll be all right against their big pack.
Friend of the show, friend of yours, Blake Brayley, 150 games, great milestone already in what is not a young career, but certainly he's probably halfway there.
Yeah.
And amazing achievement. If he keeps going this way, he'll crack the 300 as a hooker, which is, it's been done before. Cam Smith, I think Robbie Farah, but it's hard to do at that position. He's on a 115 game or 116 game streak of consecutive games.
Crazy.
And he's just elite at what he does, and huge fan of what he does, long time fan. And I'm so happy that this year he's having such a great breakout year.
Yeah.
He will become the most capped Sharks hooker in 11 games. So Dean Treaster played 161. Okay, 11, 12, 13 games. You do the math. But pretty soon he'll be the most capped Sharks hooker of all time, which is a great achievement in itself.
Awesome.
The family will be here. Jaden's going to be here on Saturday night for the big occasion. And, if you're a fan of Blake, if you're a fan of the club, make sure you get up off your seat if you're able to and give him a clap, because he's really put in for this club.
Yeah, it's the fashion that he's done those 150 games in, right? Like, obviously, every team sends their big boys at him, and he never shies away from the contest. He always puts his shoulder into first contact, and the big boys appreciate everything that he does out there. And we've seen this year, once he gets a bit of a roll on and he starts running off the back of guys like Adam, he's unstoppable. He can set up a lot of stuff and, make a bit more space for our guys out on the edges there. So I'm really looking forward to his game on Saturday night, and I've been enjoying his whole career so far and looking forward to, another 150 under the belt.
And he's a terrific representative of the club. There is zero
Good
controversy.
Kid,
He's got the manners. He's a good kid. I mean, I always think of him as a kid. He's got the baby face.
Yeah.
He's almost 27. He's into his career, but he's doing so well. Yet to play at any sort of higher rep levels. But if he keeps playing the way he is, you never know your luck in a big town. So that's a him thing. I couldn't care less, but obviously for him, it would be an amazing achievement.
Yeah, and he seems like a bit of a quiet personality, but once you get him here around the boys, he's got such a fun personality. He's always having a laugh and cracking jokes, and, he's good fun to be around. So to have a guy like that at the club and to watch him play those games, it's great to see. He's
creative as well.
He is creative, definitely. Very creative.
Off the field.
Off the field, definitely.
Does art and that kind of thing. So that was revealed to me by David Riccio in Blake's presence. And I was like, wow, that's another
awesome.
Great thing that you do. So we definitely congratulate him on the milestone, and we hope he has a hell of a game. I personally hope he's man of the match in what would be, I hope, a win for the Sharks this week. A little nervous after the Roosters performance, but when you put in I will say, insufficient performance like that, it's for a team like this, coach like this, it'll be difficult for them to do that twice in a row.
Yeah.
They had the week off. They've been chomping at the bit. I've told you about the training sessions have been really, really strong, really hard, physical ones. They're raring to go.
Yeah, I think that's the timing of it, leading into that bye and having all that time to sit on that type of loss, I think has been, in a sense, good for us. But obviously you don't want to put in many performances like that throughout the year. So we've notched our one up and hopefully we don't do it again. But yeah, to have that time, as I said, to sit there and look at what went wrong and really mull on the result, I think we'll come out Saturday night and, really rip in and get stuck into the work that we know we can do. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night. But yeah, we can't put in another performance like that Roosters game all year.
Also Saturday night, what a big week. Pacifica jersey being worn for the first time.
Yes.
It looks amazing. We know it's already moved some units, as they say in the Barnsley world, but there is more units to be moved. So come down, check it out at the ground, in the merch vans. If you're here a bit earlier, head over to the Shark store in the complex behind us. It's an amazing place. If you haven't been there, if you're coming from out of town.
Great store.
I'm sure there'll be some New Zealand fans probably coming over to see the Sharks, like Sharks New Zealand fans watching this. Go check out the store. It's awesome. Tell them we sent you the Pacifica jersey specifically this week, though.
Yeah, specifically this week, but I think we might be wearing it again. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, this week we'll be definitely wearing it. And, you know, the boys have done a great job in designing that in conjunction with a couple of artists and a few of the people around the office. So they're really proud to wear that type of strip and to be recognized for their culture and everything that they bring to the game. So it's going to be a big occasion for them to run out in that jersey. And I'm expecting a performance from those guys that really replicates what they want to put in and, you know, honor their families and honor their cultures and things like that, which they do every week. But to wear a special piece of that on their jersey, it's really important and really special game for them.
Yeah, everything leading up to this game, Gary, ticks a box. So you got the jersey, you got the training sessions. You're coming off, I would say, what it was a hiding, and I imagine around here
and a milestone game.
There's a milestone game, of course. Let me get to it, Gary. Jeez. And I was going to say, I imagine the coach a bit grumpy and all that over a 2-week period leads into this game. And, you know, like the shark bursting out of the banner here, that's what you're going to see down there, 5:30 Saturday evening. Cronulla bursting through, I don't think what's going to be 150 banner, but they'll be bursting through a banner, an imagining banner, and then onto the field. Enough of the banner, Shinazz.
I better go do a banner.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a good occasion, especially as you mentioned, all those special moments and milestones and jerseys and family members and friends in the crowd. There's lots happening on Saturday night. So, yeah, to put in a performance worthy of everyone being there, I think that's what we're going to see on Saturday.
And dare I say the most important thing, we want to hang it around the top 4. We need to keep winning.
That's right.
And it kind of starts now. We're in the origin period. Now's the time to make use of the fact that they've disrespected all of our players by not picking them. So let's get out there, get some wins. It's pretty tough.
It's the time to make the run.
It's a tough month. We got Warriors here. We got Dragons here, which is a short turnaround. And we know what derbies are like. And then we have Brisbane away, Melbourne away. So it's not the easiest run. Brisbane, you know, copping a hiding. They're at home. It's going to be a tough 4 weeks. And the Warriors, as we said earlier, they're going to bring it. Like they're not going to die wondering.
Absolutely.
So I am expecting a very competitive game. I don't know the margin, so to speak, whether it'll be close or not. I'm hoping it won't be. I hope we have a big win, obviously, all the time. But this could go down to the wire. We've seen a few. I don't want to talk about them too much, but we've seen a few close games here with the Warriors. Although going back in time, they went our way. But lately they haven't. The past 2 games have been horrendous endings. And if you want to really G yourself up for this game, get some retribution, go watch those last 2 home games against the Warriors.
Yes. Come
Come here Saturday night and cheer the team on because, you know, we might need that. It might come down to the wire.
Yeah, and obviously when, you know, this place is pumping and the atmosphere's there, it definitely lifts the boys. So make sure you grab your tickets and get down here on Saturday night. And I think it's going to be a great occasion for sure.
All right, Gary Dover, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate it as always. We will speak to everyone soon.
Thanks for the coffee.
Thank you, Mr. Paisleys, for the coffee. Not me, Mr. Paisleys.
You brought them. Thank you, Mr. Paisleys, for supplying them.
Yes, they're Quora Road Carrying Bar. Go
Best coffee.
check them out. Coffee, food, hospitality. Tell them that we sent you specifically. We would appreciate that. And you'll be looked after. If you're not, I would be shocked and appalled. This is SharkCast Pod. We've got more episodes coming for you before you know it. And I got a feeling we'll be talking to you real soon. So until then, grab a ticket if you're in the locale. Come down, cheer on the black, white, and blue. We are the greatest club in the history of the world. We're just going to climb that mountain this year and win that title to improve on being the greatest club in the history of the world. What an outro!
I love that.
Gaz, Shinazz, we out. We respect, we like, we appreciate all of you. Up Cronulla, and cheers to the mowers behind us.